doing? Gonna start this guide off with hitboxing. They can be your friend, they can be your enemy. If you don't acknowledge them, if you don't prepare for needing to compensate for them and whatever scenario you're trying to get through, whatever situation you run into, a hitbox might be the problem. And we're gonna look at some friendly hitboxes, we're gonna look at some enemy hitboxes, just to give you the basic idea and for you to just to create some awareness to hitboxes. This right here is the world versus world jump puzzle. It's this vine that people, hundreds of people have tippy-toed across. As you can see, I'm not even standing on the vine. I consider that a friendly hitbox because it's nice and big and it makes it easy for me to get across. And then we're gonna start now. We're gonna look at some unfriendly scenarios. This is also the world versus world jump puzzle. I've probably seen 400 or 500 people fall at this location. You get too close to the tree, that's not too much of a problem. But if you look at it, I don't really hit the tree, and I still get pushed out of the way. Now this jump puzzle here, this is a nice one to see, you know, how bad hitboxing can be. This is a Griffin Rook run, and as you try to pass this wall, the hitbox is bigger, so it'll push you away from it, and that's what we're gonna do here. We'll just give you an example, just so you can see it, just to bring out that awareness. That's all this is for, and then we're moving on to the good stuff. Like that right there was a hook turn. That's the good stuff, right? Okay, we're gonna do that. All right, so here we go. Ready? We're gonna line it up. I'm just gonna jump straight, and you will see that my character gets pushed out to the left. All right, here we go. There it is. Okay, little things like that can just make somebody rage quit. Don't let that, by being aware of it, you take that element out, that anger. Okay, so take a moment, pause the video, and go jump around some invisible places and get a feel for it. Get that awareness build up for you. And come on back, we're gonna do chapter 2. Okay, the two gas pedals, your forward key and your jump key. These are gas pedals. As you jump through the air, the longer you hold down those keys, the longer you'll stay in flight. And a lot of times, letting off on either one of those keys for even the tiniest bit before you land will result in you not making your jump, which is why I did this in slow motion. You can see that my feet barely make it, barely catch. And the reason they're able to do that is because I am continuously holding down my keys. So keep that in mind, practice it, try to be aware and stay away from tapping. Usually that's your falter is tapping, and that usually comes from other games from the past, but at least now you know. Alright, chapter 2 is air flight control. Being able to steer your character while you're in there flying. To do that, I use my right mouse button, continuously hold it down, and then you can use your forward, back, and your left and right keys that you would turn with. This is a reverse or back pedal. Some people, depending on your background, what kind of gaming you do. This is used for like pillar jumping. It will help you with, so you don't overshoot the pillar. As you can see, I can jump and almost land exactly on my location. And to give you a better example of what it looks like if you're trying to jump to a pillar, a little bit something like that. Okay, and these are your pillars. This is a perfect example of where backpedaling or reverse may help you get through your jump. Take a moment and practice a couple of these. Pause the video and come on back, and we're going to work on chapter 3. Okay, combat and big fall damage jumps. Whenever you go into combat, or if you take a big damage fall like this, you are hindered. So you only have a percentage of your jump, and it slowly comes back. That causes a little bit of a problem. This jump here in particular I picked because you need 100% ability to make the jump. So if you try to do it too fast and you're at 95%, you still fall short. So remember, or be aware of the fact, anytime you take a big jump, or if you're in combat, that you're gonna need some kind of, you either need to wait, or you need, some kind of bonus or something in order to make the jump. Just keep that in mind.
Hey, where have you been?
Hopping. Hopping just means that instead of pressing your forward key first, you press your jump key and then your forward key by a micro hair. There's a number of scenarios where hopping is really important, and in some scenarios makes things just a lot easier. Even though you could maybe make a straightforward jump, hopping would definitely just make life easier for you. And we're going to look at some of those right now, actually. So let's have a look. This is a short jump challenge inside of a dungeon that is required before you choose your first, second, or third path. You're going to see me, I'm going to do, looks like I'm doing jumping jacks. I do 3 or 4 of them right there in a row. And that's a hop. But when my character looks like he's doing that. Now I'm just going to do it regular, just so you can see that it can be done either way. But if you did it correct with those laser beams that are going back and forth, a lot of people, if they try to do a forward jump, they run into the laser beams and it kills them. It makes it a lot easier to do hopping. Also, if you do a char, you have to turn sideways and hop, like I did when I first started talking about hopping. So just practice that a couple times. This here just some more hops, but go ahead and pause the tape and practice a couple hops, get a good feel for it, and come on back and we'll do the next chapter. Dodging jump puzzles. When it comes to dodging jump puzzle traps, I'd have to say the biggest rage quit culprit would be trying to double tap. It is a horrible thing to do. Turn it off. Don't do it. Don't use it. Your default key is the letter V as in Victor. If you press the V by itself, you will do a backflip. If you press your forward key slightly before your dodge key, you do a front flip. This right here is a basic backflip. This is just the letter V right here. Okay, I do this so if you're really having problems, there it is. Boom, that's a backflip. Now we're gonna do front flip. Okay, that was V, then it was W and V together. Trying to double tap is bad. Just don't do it. Okay, I tried to do it here a couple times, and it was horrible. It took me like 5 or 6 attempts to be able to get through double tapping. If you're not like some pro gamer and trying to double tap through there is gonna just be bad. I think that's why so many people get mad and leave. And like a hardcore gamer, they're not gonna double tap anyway because they know how bad it really is. So try to get away from double tapping and really give yourself a little bit of practice, or even a little bit of the V key. Okay, dodge, backflip, and then a forward dodge so that you can do front flip. All right, you go ahead and pause the guide, practice a couple of those, get a good feel for it, and just try to get away from those double taps. And whatever you do, don't do them at a jump puzzle. All right, we'll see you next chapter. These are Guild Wars 2 events, and when you do them, they like to pile you up with a bunch of people. And a lot of people have problems with getting away from big chars and big norms. So I tried to make some cutscenes so you can see a little guy like my Azura not having any problems and being able to deal with chars and just big people. To do that, there's 3 easy ways you can do this, and anybody can do it. 1 is continuously shift your camera. 2 is to micro stop, which just means, just stop for a second so that you are away from their collision. And the 3rd one is not necessarily for this particular event. It makes everybody kind of blue, but you can do something to help your character stand out to you. Maybe change its color, make it a bright yellow or a pink or something obnoxious that really makes you go, hey, that's my character. You know, a really good eye catcher for you, whatever that may be. Like this guy here, he's got the flame coming off his back. It probably makes it really easy for him to see his character. You can do something like this, it'll help you out a lot.